Every time you sign a contract, agree to unread terms online, or assume you own what you buy, you're dealing with a legal legacy that's over 1,500 years old. The foundation of much of Western and global law comes from the Corpus Juris Civilis, or Justinian Code, compiled in ancient Constantinople. Its principles, fairness, property rights, and logical dispute resolution, still echo in courtrooms worldwide. Legal concepts like innocent until proven guilty and the structure of legal education trace back to this code. It wasn't a brand new invention, but a curated greatest hits of Roman law, organized into a single, authoritative system. That adaptability is why Justinian's Code still shapes our world today. Meet Justinian I, the ambitious emperor of the Byzantine Empire from 527 to 565 AD. Born a peasant, he rose to power with a vision to restore Rome's glory and unify his empire. Justinian was relentless, a workaholic who saw law as the glue holding his diverse empire together. The Western Roman Empire had collapsed, and the legal system was chaos, contradictory, outdated, and nearly impossible to navigate. Imagine judges facing conflicting laws from different centuries. Legal anarchy. Justinian believed a unified legal code was as vital as military conquest. He wanted a system that was practical, streamlining justice, reducing corruption, and ideological, reflecting divine order. Reforming the law was his sacred duty, a way to bring order to a messy world. His drive combined practicality and grand vision, fueling the creation of the Justinian Code. For Justinian, law wasn't just rules, it was the foundation of civilization. His project would outlast his empire, shaping justice for centuries. That's the legacy of the emperor who never slept. Justinian wasted no time. In 528 AD, he assembled a team led by Tribonian to tackle centuries of Roman law. Their mission condensed millions of lines of contradictory, outdated, and repetitive laws into a single logical system. They weren't just compilers, they were editors, empowered to rewrite and clarify the law for future generations. In just over a year, they produced the Codex Constitutionum, a streamlined collection of imperial edicts. Next came the Digest, a massive anthology distilling the wisdom of Rome's greatest legal minds. To teach this new system, they created the Institutes, a clear, systematic textbook for law students. Justinian added his own new laws, the Noveli, to keep the system current. Together, these four works form the Corpus Juris Civilis, the Justinian Code. It was a feat of legal engineering, turning chaos into order. The code became the backbone of justice, education, and administration across the empire. Its influence would ripple far beyond Byzantium. So what's in the Justinian Code? 4 key parts. The Codex, the official rulebook collecting all imperial laws from Hadrian to Justinian, organized for easy reference. The Digest, a curated anthology of the best legal arguments and reasoning from Rome's top jurists, organized by topic. The Institutes, a beginner's guide, teaching the principles of law to new students, clear, logical, and accessible. The Noveli, Justinian's new laws, adapting the system to a changing world, often written in Greek. Together, these books created a practical and philosophical legal library. Judges could now find clear answers, students could learn systematically, and the law could evolve. The code balanced rules with reasoning, making justice both predictable and adaptable. It was a model for legal systems to come. The structure and clarity of these books set a new standard for law. The Justinian Code was more than a rule book. It was a blueprint for justice, and its design would echo through history. How did the code change daily life? Let's compare 2 stories, Before Justinian, Marcus the merchant faces a legal mess, conflicting laws, endless delays, and little hope for justice. The system favored the powerful and well-connected. Ordinary people lost faith. After the code, Helena the Weaver faces a similar dispute. But now, her lawyer finds clear rules in the Institutes and Digest. The judge applies established principles. A contract is a contract, and the law is clear. Helena gets a fair, predictable outcome. Her rights are protected. This stability fueled commerce and trust, allowing people to do business across distances. The code clarified property, marriage, and even slavery, granting some protections, though still harsh by modern standards. For the first time, rights and obligations were based on written law, not just power or tradition. The code aimed to make justice accessible, logical, and fair. It was a revolution for ordinary citizens. The difference was night and day. That's the power of a unified legal system. After Justinian's death, his code faded in the West, replaced by local customs and trial by ordeal. For centuries, the sophisticated Roman legal tradition was nearly forgotten. Then, around 1070 in Italy, a copy of the Digest was rediscovered, legend says in Pisa. Scholars at the new University of Bologna began to study it intensely, sparking a legal revolution. The glossators, as they were called, treated the code as written reason, annotating and adapting it for their time. Bologna became Europe's legal capital, and its students spread Roman law across the continent. The Catholic Church built its own legal system, inspired by the code. Written, logical law began to replace local customs. This revival laid the groundwork for modern European legal systems. The ghost of Justinian returned, shaping the future. The rediscovery of the code changed the course of history. The Justinian Code's influence is everywhere, especially in civil law systems: France, Germany, Italy, Spain, and much of Latin America. These systems rely on comprehensive, written codes, just as Justinian intended. The Napoleonic Code, for example, drew directly from Justinian's model and spread across Europe and beyond. Even common law countries like England and the US absorbed Roman legal ideas, especially in contract and property law. Concepts like equity and the legal distinction between personal, real, and intellectual property trace back to the code. The idea of a corporation as a legal person comes from Roman law, preserved by Justinian's jurists. Every time a business acts as a single legal unit, it's using a tool from the Justinian Code. The code's DNA is in our contracts, our courts, and our daily lives. Its principles shape the modern world. Whether you know it or not, you live by Justinian's rules. That's the legacy of a 500-year-old law. Why does the Justinian Code still matter? Not for its specific rules, but for its revolutionary idea law as a rational, organized system. It preserved 1,000 years of Roman legal thought, saving it from being lost in the chaos of the early Middle Ages. The Digest especially bridged ancient and modern worlds, letting later thinkers build on Roman reason. The code showed how law could unify diverse peoples and create a shared sense of justice. National legal codes, like France's and Germany's, followed Justinian's model to forge modern states. The idea that everyone is subject to the same law is a direct legacy of his project. The Code story is about humanity's quest for justice, a struggle that continues today. Our rights and responsibilities are built on this long history. Studying the Code is about understanding the roots of our legal world. History lives on in the laws that protect us. The Justinian Code is just one thread in the tapestry of history, showing how ideas can outlast empires. Every law, contract, and tradition connects us to the past. The courthouse isn't just a building. It's a living legacy of a 1,500-year-old quest for justice. You don't need to be a historian to explore these connections. The knowledge is out there for everyone. What stories from the past have shaped your world? History is a conversation between past and present, one we all can join. If you enjoyed this journey, subscribe for more stories that reveal the hidden roots of our world. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to be awesome.